So the first thing that you should be doing if you are an app developer is launch in weeks or launch as ASAP, as soon as possible. Stop getting jumbled into your own code base for months and months. I have done this mistake in the past. I have been just developing applications for months and months and not making them public for all the customers and for all the users. So the first thing that you should do if you're an app or a web developer is try to launch as soon as possible. I would say just build an MVP and launch the product. Whenever you will be launching the product, you will be getting real testimonials, real feedbacks from the people who will be using your application. So please stop playing around with yourself and simply launch your application in weeks as soon as possible. Second thing I would like to say is use Fastlane. Now Fastlane is simply a CMD tool that every Flutter developer use, and you should be using it too for React or for other frameworks if it is available in the particular framework. Now Fastlane will be helping you in creating easy pipeline for your deployment of application. Fastlane will be connecting your GitHub account with the Play Store and App Store. So whenever you will be pushing your code, that is whenever you will be putting a new update of the code, the same update will be pushed on the App Store and Google Play Store within seconds, right? So try using Fastlane in your current application. The third thing that I would like to say for MVP purpose is add less than 5 features. That should be enough. Whenever you will be creating an MVP for application, please make sure the modules or the feature or applications are less than 5. Trust me, I'm saying this thing with my 4 years of experience in app development. Whenever you add more and more features, there will be a lot of bugs that you will have to handle. So to avoid that, try to minimize the amount of features whenever you create the initial version. Now, of course, you can try adding more features in phase 2, phase 3, in launching a new version of your application. But for MVP, you will never need more than 5 features. So try to add less than 5 features, and that should be enough. The another thing that I would like to say is maximum you should be having is 20 screens or 20 views. Now this should be maximum amount of views you will be having for an MVP. So I like to say here MVP because I will be talking majorly for MVP. So maximum you should be having 20 screens or 20 views in your application. What you should do, you should use dialog box or bottom sheets, or let's say alert boxes, dialog boxes. Right, so you can try using these things instead of creating views again and again. So maximum of 20 screens should be enough considering you are adding less than 5 features. So whenever you create an application, make sure the amount of screens are less than 20, the features are less than 5. You are using Fastlane for connecting your GitHub or your Bitbucket with Play Stores, and please launch in weeks. So after this, let's talk about the don'ts that you should be following as an app developer or as a web developer for your MVP. Let me correct it. Yeah. So the first thing you should never do is focus on UI. Let's consider you are building an MVP. Please stop focusing on UI. Let your UI take some breath. Fix your UI in the second phase or third phase or in the future. But initially, focus, or I'll say, okay, don't focus on UI. Focus on performance. Focus on the performance application, because that's what is needed in the initial version of your application. Nobody gives a damn fuck about UI. Everybody looks up for the performance. Now, of course, once you get enough customers, once you get enough users, you can focus on UI, but for initially, just focus on the performance, and that should be it. Second thing I'd like to say is create a good project structure. Don't jumble the project structure, because if you have a strong base, if your basement of the building is strong, the entire code base that you will be writing in the future will be a good one, right? So please invest more time on the project structure and try to create a good project structure. Don't play around or don't joke around the project structure when you are getting started with your MVP. The third thing that I would like to say is please don't have 7 months of backlog. Now I'm saying 7 months because it is an average for all the industry. Please, whenever you find an issue in your application, fix it as soon as possible. I have seen applications in my own code base where I was having, bugs or issues which were more than 7, 8 months or a year. So whenever you create an application, have minimum of backlogs. and 7 months should be enough, but let's say a minimum of backlogs, and try to clear all the issues, all the bugs on the go, and don't put them on hold. The fourth thing that I'd like to say is avoid single-handedly working. Whenever you create an application, please take continuous feedback from your teammate or from your friends who are developers. Try to avoid working single-handedly on your work if it's the company-based project or even if you're a personal project. Try taking feedback from the people who have already done a lot in a particular field, ones who have already worked on the particular project. So please avoid single-handedly working and try to ask feedback regularly. Right. So whenever you create an MVP, please take regular feedback. Avoid single-handedly working on the project. So all of these points will be helpful for you if you are an app or web developer and currently you are building an MVP. So make sure you follow these do's and don'ts. And if you have understood or if you have gained some knowledge from this video, please hit that like button. I also post regularly on LinkedIn and on Instagram. Please follow me there. Have a good day. See ya.